Our beloved Champions League is back. The wait is over. We waited the World Cup over a month. Finally, knockout football.
What are you doing with that coat on? You're not Big Shaq.
Dad, I'm wearing the Team Messi garments. They sent me this, and it's beautiful, so I'm going to say thank you.
The scores are on the doors right now. 14 to Thogden, 12 to... Are you supposed to know about European football?
I'm not in my prime. We are going to crack straight in to the first game, which is tomorrow, and I'm going to be there. PSG versus Bayern. Watching Messi, the fans were even booing at the training ground because they've lost 4 games in 2023. Awful form.
Theo, this is top of Liga Earn against top of the Bundesliga, isn't it? Who's going to win here? I mean, PSG, first of all, have they got Mbappe and Messi playing?
I've just got a notification. Mbappe will return to the squad for Bayern at home tomorrow.
Wow.
So Messi, Neymar and Mbappe are all back.
That is good news, and I might have gone with a different score. I tell you what, Mbappe's got 7 goals already. He's en route for the Golden Boot, isn't he?
He is, but he's not going to be fully fit. I don't think he'll start. I believe they'll implement a Messi, Vitinha, Neymar system as a front three with wing backs of Hakimi. I've got a big Moroccan fan base now.
Yes.
Nuno Mendes. I'm going to be there thanks to Crypto.com. They've given us the best tickets
Wait
in the
a minute,
house.
where's my ticket?
No, you're a mug. I'm taking you. Josh, you don't deserve it. You're not in your prime anymore.
Josh, put on the sad
Top
music.
Dad fell off. Get it in the comment section.
Bayern Munich, 6 group games, 6 wins, Theo. They've got the best goal difference out of all the teams in this tournament. Unbeaten. I kind of fancy them.
I know João Cancelo has been a great signing in January. He's already added so much. At right back, he can play left back too. Clearly, there was an argument at the City team. They're going to have to play with a striker of Müller because Sadio Mane is injured until late February. That's a big miss.
Now, these are 2 teams who score loads of goals in this tournament. They average about 3 each per game. But you know what? I think this will be PSG 1, Bayern Munich 2.
I see what you're saying about Bayern. They're unbeaten in 20 games, and away from home, they're unbeaten in 10, which is a good record. I think new goalkeeper Jan Sommer's going to slip 2 goals in, and they're only going to score 1. I'm Team Messi, PSG to win.
From France to Italy, it's AC Milan against Tottenham Hotspur.
Yes.
It's 5th in Serie A against 5th in our Premier League, Theo. I've heard a rumour that AC Milan, if they lose this game, Theo, they might sack their manager. You know who they're after? Antonio Conte.
But Dad, Milan have just come off the back of a win finally. Torino at home, 1-0. Olivier Giroud, bullet header. And Tottenham, in their final game, lost 4-1 to Leicester City. Lloris missing. Bentancur till the end of the season. I thought he was one of the only good players against Leicester. How much faith have you got in Fraser Forster?
How do you predict Tottenham Hotspur this season? They can be brilliant, they can be rubbish.
Perfect example of the unpredictability is Heung-min Son this season. What is going on? What's the best for him? It's just not working. Since the World Cup, we've not seen a consistent level of form.
It's hard to know, Theo. He used to be one of my favourite players in Europe, and this season, apart from 1 game, he has been woeful. But AC Milan, Olivier Giroud, will he star in this game?
Absolutely. As I said, he was Milan's only goal scorer on the weekend, and he scored 4 goals in history against Tottenham, obviously being ex-Premier League, so he's got the wealth of experience to bring into this team. And watch out for the captain, Theo Hernandez, who set up the goal against Torino. He's now leading the line, which is a big difference, and he's one of the best fullbacks in the world.
It's in Milan. I think that is key here.
Yeah.
Like I said, you've got to guess to some extent with Tottenham. I'm going for a 1-0 victory.
Theo Hernandez, Rafael Leao, in their prime. Right now, Tottenham, they bottled top 4 on the weekend. Pedro Porro needs more time to gel. If we're comparing the teams, I'm honestly also going to say a Milan win. 2-1.
Over to Wednesday night, it's Club Brugge against Benfica, Theo. It's 4th in the Belgian Pro League. Apparently, Bruges is in Belgium.
Oh, not again.
Against top of the Portuguese league.
Stop making that crap joke about Belgium.
Club Brugge, they won 3 in a row, and they've not won any of the last 3. And they are like 100 to 1 to win this tournament. They're the minnows.
I have a question for you. If we go off their Champions League form, they've got 5 clean sheets, one of the best defences in Europe right now. But if we look at the league, they can't buy a win.
Yes.
They've been awful. I think they've got 1 win in the last 9 games.
Who's going to make a difference? Nobody, to be quite honest here. Because you look at Benfica and you've got to talk about 2 guys, Gonzalo Ramos and Rafa Silva.
Yeah.
They've got 5 goals each in this tournament. That is 3rd in the Golden Boot rankings.
Actually, right now, Benfica, they're going to travel quite upset because they did get knocked out the quarter-final of the Cup against Brugge in a 6-5 matchup. On penalties, just got edged out, and they lost Enzo Fernandez, but they did get 120 million British quid. Benfica is one of the best run football clubs ever because that money will be reinvested into a whole new squad, probably improve the academy. They could do so much with that.
I've got a lot of time for Benfica. We've been there, we've met the Ultras, great club, and I think they'll also win this one 2-0.
Yeah, Bruges have a run of 4 defeats in the last 5 games facing Portuguese clubs, so it's looking bleak for them. I can see João Mario scoring. He's got 6 contributions in the last 3 3 league games. In 2023, that guy is smashing it.
Borussia Dortmund against Chelsea. It's third in the Bundesliga against ninth in the
stop,
Premier League.
Stop. We haven't got 20,000 likes for a Champions League return. What are you doing? This is prime UEFA ball. Smash the like button and subscribe because I'm going to be doing a lot of matchday videos of these games. What football does, it brings the world together, and the eyes will be on Signal Iduna Park for a return of 81,000 fans. The first time they've had that since before lockdown. There's going to be a tifo. There's going to be a choreo. There's going to be everything. I might even go. I've got a message from Oliver, the German thog dad. We all know him. Talk to me about Dortmund. Their record is incredible recently.
It's incredible domestically. Obviously in the Champions League, they drew the last 3. But the Champions League group stage, it was like 3 months ago.
The camp has completely changed. They've had one new signing, the right back from Union Berlin. They paid 5 million. You've got Sebastian Haller, who beat cancer. Unbelievable. He's scoring again. You've got Marco Reus, who's come back from injury. He slipped into that midfield, added depth. They got rid of Torgan Hazard, but Brandt is back to his best form as well. Adeyemi scoring when he wants to. Jude Bellingham. The principles of Dortmund are we sell players for a lot of money like Haaland. That gets reinvested into the squad, into the city, into the fans, into creating better atmosphere and your overall matchday experience. Whilst Chelsea, 22 departures and arrivals in January, compared to Dortmund's 2. They spent more than the whole of the Bundesliga in January. They've got a whole new squad because of the new Champions League rule. The likes of João Felix, Mudryk, Enzo Fernandez, Badiashile can all play in this game. Do you think it's enough to beat Dortmund away?
I think João Felix is a special player, and I've not always thought this, Theo. When I saw him at Atletico Madrid playing out of position, I didn't rate him that highly. I've completely changed my view.
Dortmund have a very good gel team, and as I said, this is the first time with fans back. In the last 5 games, they're top of the Bundesliga on form. 5 wins out of 5 games, 15 goals, only 5 conceded. A very good form. I'm going to go out and say Borussia Dortmund win this by 1 goal. It's going to be a very good match. I can see João Felix sneaking 1. He's going to keep up his record. But Dortmund, I see something. Maybe a last-minute winner from Haller. 2-1 win.
Chelsea have this historical ability, Theo, to do better in Europe than they do domestically.
You say
and
that.
I think they'll sneak something. I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
If this was Tuchel's Chelsea, I would have a very different answer right now to what I've seen from Graham Potter.
And now for last year's Champions League final, Theo.
Hold
it is
on.
Liverpool, 10th in the Premier League, against Real Madrid, who is 2nd in La Liga.
And they bottled the league, and Liverpool are in a relegation fight. They need their injuries back. You see Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, key members of the forward line who would add depth and I think could even strengthen the likes of Darwin Núñez. Who's going to win this game? Because I can't even call it.
Well, Theo, it might surprise you, but Mo Salah has got 7 goals in this tournament. He's heading for the Golden Boot at the moment. Liverpool have won the last 5 games in Europe. Now, I know what you're going to say. That was back in October and September.
Yeah, that 3-month break, they've worsened, shall we say.
Look at Liverpool's home form this season. It's not terrible. It's the away form that's caused them to be mid-table.
Yeah, but the likes of Brighton, the likes of Wolves go there and get results. So it's very hard to call right now. You don't know which Liverpool's going to turn up. I saw it in the Club World Cup final when they played Al Hilal. Karim Benzema.
Yeah.
He's back from injury. When they lost to Mallorca in the league, that's the man they missed. They needed a goal scorer and someone to bring in Vinny Jr. and Valverde into the game to the forward attacking roles. When the Frenchman is at his peak, nothing can stop Real Madrid.
I agree to some extent, but it's Anfield, Theo. It's a European night, and I get the feeling that Liverpool will get something from this game.
Okay.
I'm going to go Liverpool 2, Real Madrid 2. I think it's going to be a cracker.
After watching enough Real Madrid, I know they do slip goals. I'm going to say 1 for Liverpool, but 2 for Real Madrid. And I think Vinicius Jr. and Karim Benzema are going to be key.
Eintracht Frankfurt against Napoli at 6th in the Bundesliga against top of Syria. And Theo, you know what?
Go on.
It's time for a Thog Dad fact.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
It's back!
Bring it back. Eintracht Frankfurt, Theo, qualified from the... You're doing the music. Eintracht Frankfurt qualified from the group stage with a negative goal difference. But Theo, surely Eintracht Frankfurt have got no chance against the most on-form team in the world right now.
Hold on a second, Dan. Let's slow this down. Frankfurt, European champions, and they still have some absolute class in that team with additional quality in the likes of Kolo Muani this season so far. 9 goals, 10 assists, and it's been his recent form that's been crucial. If you look at Frankfurt away, they aren't great at scoring goals, but they're a different breed at the Deutsche Bank Park. They seem to score 3, 4, 5 goals at home on recently, and I just think they'll bring the game to Napoli. Naples are probably going for this Champions League. They've already won Serie A, they've got Kvara, they've got some of the best players on form right now, Osimhen. I honestly believe that Frankfurt are going to come here full out fire. I actually think they're going to score 3 goals in this game.
What are you talking about, Theo?
1, 2, 3. And that's for Frankfurt alone. I just think they're going to go for it.
Excuse me, is Jeremy Beadle about?
Laugh at me more. I just have this funny feeling.
Yeah, he is about. He's here, and he's broken, because you're talking waffle, Theo.
Listen, Thogdad, they're unbeaten in 8 games at home.
Just listen to your father for a minute.
Fine.
Napoli scored 20 goals at the group stages. Nobody got more. Bayern Munich didn't score 20 goals. Napoli are gonna smash Eintracht Frankfurt in Germany.
I'm gonna say 3-3 draw. 6-goal thriller. Honestly. Hot. If this happens, clip this and remember this moment. There'll be 6 goals in this game, and there's going to be Kolo Muani with the score sheet, Osimhen, Kvara's going to be running around. It's going to be carnage. I don't know how the Napoli fans will get out alive as well. It's two of the craziest fan bases in football.
I think Theo needs to go for a lie down. It's going to be 2-0 to Napoli. RB Leipzig against Manchester City. It's 5th in the Bundesliga against 2nd in our Premier League, isn't it, Theo?
We stay in Germany. It's a huge game. Pep Guardiola. There's been a lot of criticism about Manchester City right now in the Premier League. We won't get into too many details, so they have to act quick in the Champions League. The odds say this is their year. History denies that.
Now, RB Leipzig, Theo, in the Champions League, have won the last 4. They're doing okay, aren't they, in the Bundesliga?
Yeah.
But surely Man City are the favourites. They're favourites to win this tournament.
Dominic Szoboszlai. He's your perfect playmaker. He's got 8 assists this season and even scored a brace against Stuttgart. I watched that game on telly. The guy is a joke. If he turns it on, he might shock Pep. So how many goals do you think City can score past the Germans?
Well, first of all, the Germans. Christopher Nkunku. We think he's going to come to England, don't we, next season?
We also think he's injured.
Man City, of course, they cruised through the group stages. They didn't lose a single game.
Can I just remind you of history, though? The last time Leipzig played City, Leipzig won 2-1 at home. Believers in the group, they smashed them away. I think that was a crazy scoreline at the Etihad. But in Germany, they beat them 2-1. Angelino is always fired up for this game. Apparently fell out with Pep when he was at City.
So I think they might concede a goal. I'm going Leipzig 1, Man City 2. Haaland has got 5 goals in this tournament.
Yeah.
He is the favourite to win the Golden Boot.
Yeah, it's expected. And if City got a run, he will do it.
And last but not least, we're going back to the San Siro.
Ooh.
It's Inter Milan against FC Porto. Theo,
Okay.
what is going to happen here?
I can't call it. If you look at Porto's facts in the Portuguese league, this season they are top. They haven't lost in 21 matches. They've won their last 9 games, unbeaten in 15 away games. I think for Inter, all focus might be on the Champions League because Napoli are just running away with the Serie A. They're all focused on beating Porto, and actually, they're favourites to do it for a reason, and it's that striker partnership, Martinez and Dzeko. It was good enough to knock Barcelona out of the group, and then I think it's good enough to knock out these Portuguese, isn't it?
But up against FC Porto, Mehdi Taremi,
Yes.
Theo. This is a player that we both rate.
He's got
5 goals already.
11 goals this season overall, actually.
Yes.
So the stats don't lie.
I see a low-scoring game here, to be honest. If it's 0-0, I won't be surprised. But I'm going to give 1 goal to Inter Milan, 1-0.
Yeah, it was Jose Mourinho who led Porto to their last Champions League. This time round, I wouldn't say it's as successful of a run. I can see Inter sneaking this with a Dumfries assist. 1-0. Dzeko, back post, job done. That's all 8 games, last 16 matches complete with Thogdad. 20,000 likes, and I will attend 3 matches over this game week.
Do you know what? It would be lovely to be invited along for once.
And if we get 20,000 likes, I'll give your ticket to a random subscriber to come with me to a match. Go. You don't buy it. That's it. End the video.
Dad abuse.